Just made these standard aligned intro activities for California World History 10th grade standards for the first 2 units of the year in like 15 minutes. Let me show you. The first thing I did was I found my standards. I went to Diffit, I put in my language, grade level, and I went to Align to Standards. I went to the social studies standards. But if you're not a social studies teacher, there's tons of other standards to choose from here. So I went to social studies, chose my state, grade level, and I picked the first standard from my set of standards and said set the standard and said generate resources. So it gave me this reading passage, vocabulary, multiple choice questions, short answer questions, I think pair, share, and suggested this activity. And you'll see you've got all the activities listed here. And this is where I went through and I made changes of like at the beginning of each unit, what I know I want students to do. The first is I know I love having a notice and wonder. So I went to add activity and I went by image and I said notice and wonder. And then I moved that. So it put it at the bottom, but I'm just going to go ahead and move that to the top. And now that's the first activity. For the reading, let's say you really wanted your students to read and take notes. You could say change activity here and turn it into a read and take notes. So they have a place to take those notes. There's a bunch of other graphic organizers as well. Vocabulary was another one I changed on the original one. So I said change activity and I turned it to key vocabulary. And then I went through and I was like, I know I don't want this like cause this compare and contrast for all of them. So I deleted that activity. But if you wanted to add another like summary activity, you could go here, and that's where I added that like CER. I went to questions and I found claims, evidence, reasoning. You can also search for these, but I'm doing this one-handed. Here we go, claims, evidence, reasoning. And now this is here. So I've created, these are all the activities I know I want to create for every single standard as like an intro to the unit for students to do, probably in stations. So I'll go up here to settings and I'm going to say, I want to create a template. And then I name the template. So I've got the name of it and I'm going to go ahead and say done. And now I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is saved to a collection. So if I go to my resources, you'll see I already made this California World History Standards one. That's the one I showed you in the beginning, but let me show you how to make a new collection. You just say create new collection, create a name for it. There's the name, create collection. If I go up here, I can then, it's already added it to this new collection. And if I go to view all resources, I can see all the resources I've made. So this is the original set that I created that I told you I made in 15 minutes. It was super easy. And then this is the new one we're doing. So let's make another one for this one. So I'm going to go back to create new. I'm going to find my next standard. So my next standard in social studies, I'm going to do 10.1.2, say set standard. And then here I'm going to click more options, select template, and grab that template that we just created, which was standard intro for history standards, say generate resources. And now I have this activity ready to go. I go to the little folder. I'm going to add it to my standards collection. Of course, all of this I can edit and like fine tune and tweak if I need to, but it's really easy to quickly create those resources that are standards aligned and organize them under my resources. So I go back here, view all resources. I can still go back in, edit, change, make these just right. I can even re-level them and translate them into different home languages for students or different reading levels to meet the needs of different students and still organize them however I need in my resources. And the absolute best part is I can share all of these in just a couple of clicks with my colleagues. So I can go here, click the 3 dots, say share, and now I've got a link that I can send them. And they'll get a little preview of everything I've just shared with them before they can add them to their Diffit account. As always, head to Diffit for Teachers, try it yourself, and let us know what you think.